Well, happy Mother's Day, everybody, and we're in the championship game of the softball Northern Super Regionals here in Fairfield, California. I'm Stash Zmoida with the Solano College Sports Network in the booth. My broadcast partners today, Greg Poff and Zach Poff. What's up, guys?
Well, certainly an exciting day if you're a Solano fan. And we talked about this yesterday before the broadcast, that opening game yesterday at 12 between Solano and Sierra. So important because if you win that game, you go right to the championship round. Solano unfortunately lost that game but took care of business against Santa Rosa 9-0 here today. Tall order to beat a very good Sierra team 2 games in a row. But I had a chance to talk to Bobby Cameron, one of the assistant coaches for Solano. I said, how do you like your chances? He goes, I like them. We're going to take them one game at a time. And coming from Bobby C., who was a coach on the 2004 state championship Sac City team, I'm going to listen to that guy. I like Solano's chances. They got to take it one game at a time. If they can do that, and if they can ride the arm of Shannon Mestis, they got a chance to get to the Community College World Series.
And not just take it one game at a time. They need to take it one pitch at a time, one inning at a time. Don't try and overthink things. Just play your game. Do what you've done this whole year. And we are set for the first pitch. Baby Solano, of course, the away team here, lost the coin flip for the third straight time.
They just can't win a coin flip. First batter up, Brittany Tagliere, shortstop. First pitch is lifted into left field, and Johnson is under it for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out.
And it's going to be important for Solano to get off to a fast start.
You read my mind, son. Absolutely right. And that was the thing yesterday. They had a sluggish start. Took them a little while to get going, especially defensively. And so they were down 5-0, battled back. But you're absolutely right, Zach. They need to get off to a good start today.
Elena Banapile, the Northern California Player of the Year at the plate. And watches the first pitch as it hits the outside corner. Count goes 0-1. And first pitch was 11:55.
And in yesterday's game, she struggled a little bit against Sierra, went 0 for 4.
She pokes this one right in the 5.5 hole. Good stag by Kelly, but she cannot get the speedy Banapile. So infield single. Solano has something working at the top of the first.
And, of course, Sierra rolling with pretty much the same defensive lineup. You got Gabby Gonzalez at first, Mata at second, Kelly at short, and Garcia at third. Johnson, Stidman, and Trizona from left to right. And doing the catching is Carly Evans.
Yeah, the captain, Stephanie China Rocks, coming up to the plate. And that first pitch is outside, ball 1.
And, of course, Benapayo with 30-plus stolen bases this year, so maybe she'll take off here in the first. So timeout called. Coach Terry Pearson Bloom bringing both girls over, try to maybe they're seeing something. And you could tell after that pitch, Terry noticed something, so maybe drop a hit and run here.
And there you get a good look over on the left. Coach Bobby Cameron, assistant coach here, but longtime coach with Sacramento City College. And Sacramento City College, one of the more dominant programs over the history of community college softball.
And the only Northern California team with at least 4 state titles. And, of course, the last Northern California team to win a state championship back in 2004, as previously mentioned by the Big Kahuna.
And kind of surprising, there have been some really good softball teams in NorCal over the last decade, but no one's been able to get through that tough SoCal competition.
I mean, Southern California has always just been better at sports, so professionally and collegiately.
Best joke I heard so far today. Second pitch is high. Count goes 2-0.
China Rock's at the plate, and boy, she's had herself a series. Big game in the nightcap yesterday afternoon, and she had a good game in the morning game, or excuse me, the early afternoon game against Sierra.
Yeah, she went 2 for 4 in that game.
Had 1 RBI,
Third pitch, low. Count goes 3-0. So Kaylin Pacquiao on the mound today, as you were touching on, and she threw a hell of a game last time.
Yeah, the same matchup we saw yesterday. Sierra pulled it out 7-6. Yeah, just a very well-played softball game. I mean, those are the type of games where it's hard to see one team lose, especially in such an important game.
Count goes 3-1 to China Rux. And she pops this one up foul. It's going to be out of play. So the count is full.
Yeah, you talk about that game yesterday, that first one. Solano just ran out of innings. Those teams would keep battling, and that's what we're going to see today. Two of the best teams in Northern California going toe-to-toe. Who's going to be the last team standing and get to the Community College World Series down in Bakersfield next weekend?
This one, oh! And this one's roped off of Caitlin Garcia, and hopefully she's all right. She took that one right off the nose.
Yeah, I think she did, and she is down, and she is hurt. That was just a line drive smash, and she took it right in the face. Just couldn't quite get her glove up in time.
Yeah, and you just hate to see that hitter square, just a sharp line drive hit. Almost got her glove up in time, but not in time. So you can just hope and pray that she ends up being all right. It looked like she took it kind of right in the jaw area. So the training staff out there quickly and helping out Caitlin Garcia.
An excellent training staff here at Solano. Allison Aubert does an outstanding job.
And that was a laser.
I mean, that thing was hit right on the screws, and she didn't have time to react. It just went from bat right to her face. And hopefully she's all right. She's under power, sitting up, so that's always a good sign.
Yeah, it was nice she got up, I mean, on her knees at least, and not knocked out or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it in the past. I mean, looking at pitchers that take line drives, a lot of times, especially Brandon McCarthy comes to mind a couple years ago with the Oakland A's. I mean, that was one of the worst ones I've ever seen. I mean, it's better to get hit in the jaw area than obviously the temple area.
Absolutely right.
It looks like she might be all right.
Yeah, it hit her square in the nose. So
I was surprised not to see blood coming out to me, to be honest. She's definitely a tough girl, though. I mean, but
well, they always tell you, make sure you get your body in front of the ball and knock the ball down. I'm not sure that's how you want to do it, but boy, she did a good job. She kept the ball in front of her, and I mean, that ball gets down the line, might be a run scored. So Caitlin Garcia, tough in the hot box.
Just to show you how hard that ball was hit, it bounced off her face, and it went towards the pitching area, and she was able to toss it, try to get the out at second. I mean, so that ball rocketed off and went a good 15, 20 feet, and she's walking off now.
That could be a huge blow for the Sierra Ball Club, as she's the rock and the anchor over on that third base side. And
yeah,
sorry, yesterday.
Plenty of good plays yesterday's game.
Yeah, and her bat, pretty potent. She can really hit for power as well.
So as we get ready to get back to action, Shannon Mestis now comes up in a big situation here with runners on first and second.
And Shannon Mestis, we talk about her pitching all the time, but she's been a beast at the plate in this series. I think she was 2 for 4 in the first game against Fresno, 3 for 4 yesterday. Had that big double with 3 runs batted in.
Yeah,
and
she had 2 hits against Sierra yesterday, and then in a 3-hit game in the nightcap against Santa Rosa.
I didn't see the box score in that. She had 3. I knew she had some hits. And
3 doubles yesterday. Had that 3-run double here against Sierra, and then 2 doubles against Santa Rosa. And came in and pitched very well, too. Had 7 strikeouts and struck out the last 6 batters she faced yesterday.
I think she's pitched 14 of the 19 innings that Solano has played in this Super Regional.
So Benapayo at second. China Rooks over at first.
So the umpire just over, making a couple defensive changes. Who's at third base now?
At number 22, and I don't see a 22 on your roster there.
So after this inning, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
That's the ump.
So Shannon Mess is at the plate. Runners on first and second. The play is going to resume after that line drive that Garcia took right off the dome.
It's got to be tough as a pitcher, too. I mean, anytime there's that, 5 to 10 minute break, you got to get right back into it, especially with 2 runners aboard here, 1 down. It's a big situation right here.
First pitch outside, ball 1. Count goes with 1-0.
And it's pretty clear Shannon Mestis has been Solano's best player here in the playoffs, especially in the Super Regionals.
Outside, ball 2. Yeah, she's willing her team to win.
mean, she's arguably been a better hitter than a pitcher, and she's been a very good pitcher.
Trying to drop that butt. Betapaya is going, and she's in there safe. Double steal. Excellent job by Atlanta Betapaya getting under the tag, and China Rucks reading it and getting over to second base. Now, runner second, third, one out.
Gotta like what you're seeing. Falcons aggressive on the base pass.
And the throw was there, just no tag applied. I mean, should have had the out there at third, but no tag was applied.
But that's what comes in. That's the new third baseman. Garcia out with the injury now, and that's what really comes into play. Garcia's over there. Garcia makes that play.
Yeah, she caught it. She just couldn't quite get the tag down or applied.
And this one's chopped over the head of the pitcher. Stabbed by Mata, but can't get the speedy Mestis, and one run comes in to score.
So exactly what the Falcons needed to do. They needed to get on the board early, get off to a good start against this tough Wolverine club, and that's what they're doing here in the first.
So Shannon Mestis helping out her own cause. Should be starting here also, too, for Solano. Gets the RBI infield single.
It's going to bring up the center fielder, Emily Good.
Mestis has got to have 4 or 5 RBIs in this series, I'm guessing.
High. Ball one. They got her in a pickle. They're trying to come home. Out at the plate. Mestis over to second base. 2 outs.
Taking a page out of Coach Stover's strategy, running what is called the Old Falcon. Trying to get the runner from first in a pickoff, get that runner home from third, but doesn't work out. And 2 outs now here in the top of the first.
And the way they've been swinging the bat here to start this inning off, I don't know if I run that right there.
You know, if Shannon Mestis, she could have got all the way back to first base there. China Rex would have went back. Everybody would have been safe, but this one's lifted into left field. It's going to be foul.
Yeah, I thought that might have a chance when it left the bat, but just tailing over towards the first base side of play. Clearly foul. Emily Good get back in the batter's box out of Fairfield High School. Played a year at Sac City. Ended up on medical red shirt back at Solano.
This one's chopped right into the pitcher to Pacquiao, and she fires out to first for out number 3. Solano get one, strand one, heading to the bottom of the first. So top of the second, Solano down 4-1. That was a big 3-run home run from Gabby Gonzalez. Lifted this Sierra team up, and now brings up Jade Baghdad, the first baseman for the Solano Falcon team.
Sierra Siegel get the start today, due up next. Then Bella Falafini hoping to make up for that throwing error. Due up third in the inning.
First pitch on the outside corner, strike one.
Yeah, Jade Baghdad's had a pretty solid series for a freshman in her first super regional.
She had one hit in yesterday's game in that 7-6 loss to Sierra, 1 for 3.
Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Big
nice
right
movement.
Here for Pacquiao. I mean, this is a big inning right here. I mean, I know I say her name differently every time.
Pacquiao, Paquay. I think I've been going
Paquay.
Paquay.
I'm going
Pacquiao.
Pacquiao. Sorry, Kaylin.
High, ball one.
And early on in the game, just like yesterday, pitching with the lead.
Solano was down 5-0 in that first game yesterday. Then they got a solo home run from Bella Falafini. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Boy, these Sierra pitchers just love to paint the outside corner, especially against the left-handed hitters. Jordan Becker, she was just living on the outside corner yesterday. She came in relief late in the game.
Really like to see Solano make some adjustments to that. They're hitting the outside corner like there was just right there. Outside corner, strike 1 to Sierra Siegel. You know, crowd the play a little bit. Reach out there, poke it out to right field or go opposite field with it. Strike on the outside corner again. Count goes 0-2.
And Sierra came into yesterday's game against Santa Rosa and had herself a double.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. So now Bella Falafini coming to the plate, who had the solo home run in game 1 yesterday. Looking to do the same here to get her team back on the board.
Well, Mestis started the last inning with 2 Ks. Sierra starts with 2 Ks. Time for a rally.
And that hit her right in the elbow. You know that one stings.
I know how tough she is. The ball got hurt more on that one.
And it brings up Danny MG.
So see if they can start their own little 2-out rally. And if MG can get on, you bring it back to the top of the order. Anytime you got to deal with Tagliari, Benapayo, and China Ruggs, anything can happen.
Outside, ball 1. Count goes to 1-0.
Solano hitters need to stay patient.
And that's a strike on the outside corner. Count goes 1-1. And like you guys said, just are living on the outside part of the plate, and Solano's not making any adjustments. Strike called. Count goes 1-2.
Yeah, first I thought I heard the umpire say ball. That was the same location as the previous pitch, but that's a strike as well.
And this one's hit right back to Pacquiao, and that will end the inning. 4-1, heading to the bottom of the second. Field of Solano, where Kaylin Pacquiao, the pitcher's coming up to the plate as Sierra has a 4-1 lead.
And she's done a very good job with the bat, but she's really made her impact felt on the mound. I mean, yesterday she went 5 innings, allowed 4 earned, and I believe she hit that big 2-run bomb, too. A game-winning home run.
And this one's lifted into center field, and good is under it. And she makes the catch for out number 1.
Pacquiao really got under that one and lifted that. That was a high fly ball, but no trouble at all for Emily Good out there in center field.
So Alex Tinoco coming to the plate. And a little different on our rosters over here. Different numbers for the numbers on the back of their jerseys. That pitch is low for ball 1.
Yeah, Carly Evans, number 22 here. That
No.
hurt your back there?
It did, and I see a lot of them do it. They
Yeah.
swing all the way around, smack themselves in the back.
This one's lifted in the
be
left
trouble.
field. Wink coming in, and she makes the catch for out number 2.
She's like, I'm not misreading the jump again. I ain't trying to get blasted. Nice play out left by Wink.
So now it brings up Ashley Stidman, leadoff hitter. Struck out in her first at-bat. Outside, ball 1.
Boy, it's just amazing how much velocity Mestis gets on the ball for being so tiny out there on the mound.
Inside, ball 2.
That's the thing I like Mestis does. I mean, she works both sides of the plate. I mean, she doesn't just stick with the outside or the inside. She does a good job also changing speeds, too.
Outside, ball 3. So some of Solano fans not too happy.
That pitch is outside.
Yeah.
Ball 4, 4-pitch walk. So once again, Mestis retires the first 2, then gives up a walk.
Last time that happened, they scored 4 runs.
It brings up Casey Trezona, who also struck out her last at-bat. That pitch is in there for a strike. Count goes to 0-1.
By far the nicest weather we've had.
Let's not jinx it now.
There's
right?
no wind at all. I'm thinking, boy, it's getting pretty warm right here.
Yeah. May have to bring out the scissors and give me some cut-off jeans shorts over here. Some Daisy Dukes.
Fairfield at its finest, baby.
Oh, this one's in no man's land in left center field, and Tagliari is under it for out number 3. 1 run stranded, heading to the top of the 3rd.
So top of the order coming up here. Top of the 3rd for the Falcons. Tagliari, Benampile, and Stephanie Chinarucks. They need to find a way to score 1 or 2 runs this inning. Anytime you have the top of the order coming up, it's this good. You got to find a way to get some runs on the board.
That's true. Second time around, Solano's a much better team. Second time around through the lineup. They're a big inning ball club. When they have a big inning, they're going to win this game. And I can feel something brewing right now.
Yeah, they need to get momentum back on their side.
Yeah, and that's outside, ball 1.
And Tagliari and then Benampile on deck. They struggled in yesterday's game, that 7-6 loss. Combined 0 for 8. Today they're 1 for 2. Benampile had the infield single and scored the only run of the game for Solano.
This one's popped straight up. And right to the catcher, Scott, and that's out number 1.
Tagliari just a little bit under that on the swing. Looked like it just spun right off the handle. Little pop-up. Easy play for the catcher.
And coming up to the play is Atlanta Benampile. 1 for 1 on the day.
And they need a big game from the best player in California
Yep.
today. This is the time where you show, hey, I'm the best player in California.
1 for 5 against Sierra in the Super Regionals.
Hot shot right up the middle, off the glove of Pacquiao, and Benampile has another infield single.
Boy, Pacquiao, I thought was going to be able to catch that. She had her glove in the right place, just couldn't squeeze the mitt, popped out, and no chance to get the speedy Benampile.
Now it brings up Stephanie Chinarucks. She's singled in her last at-bat. Was a hot shot right off the 3rd baseman.
That's going to be a base hit, right?
Yeah, that's a base hit.
Easily.
Shouldn't expect to snag those line drives back to the box.
Not everybody's Amber Tequita.
I noticed Brian and Mike getting pretty skilled over here on the board. No flinching at all. They're used to those balls by the 3rd day.
We won't repeat that.
That ball's in the dirt. Count goes 1-1.
So Chinarucks up again, another big spot, and boy, she's delivered most of the time for the Falcons. I really like this kid.
Couldn't check her swing. It catches her bat, so the count goes 1-2.
And I think in one of my interviews with Chinarucks, I think this is it. She's done after a community college career. She wants to be an elementary school teacher, and she's going to transfer and get her education and get in the classroom.
And she rolls over this one. This could be trouble. Chinarucks is speedy. And they just barely get her, but she gets the job done by getting the runner over to second base.
So productive out for Chinarucks.
Still the second out of the inning, though, right there. You're looking for a hit, not to advance the runner into second. And a nice play by Garcia moving over to 3rd.
Yeah,
Carly
very
Evans,
nice
my
play.
mistake.
High outside, ball 1.
So once again, Mestis up in a position to help herself out, and most of the time she's come through with the bat in her hands.
Had the only RBI in this one.
Fouls this one back. Count goes 1-1.
Big swing by Mestis, just a little under that. Fouled it straight back. Mestis just seems to have great vision and really picks up the spin on the ball early.
Ooh, and that barely catches the outside corner for strike 2.
If I'm Shane, I look back and say, all right, cool. I want that call.
Yep. She pokes this one into right center field. Going into his Trezona. She makes the catch for out number 3. Solano strands 1, heading to the bottom of the 3rd.
Third.
Tayana Mata coming to the plate for the Sierra Ball Club. Sierra Wolverines.
She started that rally back in the first, got that 2-out walk. Came around to score on the throw from Falafini to third base that got away.
And we all know Tayana Mata is committed to going to the University of Hawaii next year, playing some softball over there.
Rainbow Warriors are getting themselves a ball player. Very good second baseman. A lot of pop in the bat. I mean, 17 homers this year? 2 in the playoffs.
A lot of these kids are already locked in. Carly Evans and Maddie Phelps going to Alabama State.
That pitch is in there for a strike. Count goes 0-1.
Alexis Johnson also going to Alabama State. Gabby Gonzalez going to Cal State University, East Bay. So a lot of these girls already set, have scholarships lined up, all ready to transfer at the end of the season. And we're at the end of the semester, really. I mean, we're mid-May almost.
And that hit the knob of the bat. It's a foul ball. Count goes 1-2. Good call by the umpire there.
Yeah, you could just hear that.
Yeah.
It clearly hit the knob.
And Mata even knew it, too. She just stood there.
Smirked, smiled a little bit.
Well,
She would much rather probably hit than be awarded first base safely anyways.
Oh, she pokes this one into right center field. Is going back at the wall. One huffs the wall. Hard play for Danny MG. Yamada's on her horse all the way to third. She has herself a leadoff stand-up triple.
Yesterday, that would have been a homer with the wind carrying out, but there, MG not the best route out in right field and could not locate the ball.
Yeah, she just looked like she was really having trouble picking up the ball. I think if she picks it up, she can make that catch. She was kind of doing circles out there and just could not get in the right position to make the play.
Maybe she was looking for the fence and she didn't realize how far away she was, worrying about running into the fence. And, you know, Mata, that was a hanging curveball left up by Mestis, so Mata recognized it and turned on it and hit it to the opposite field, exactly what you should do. A good piece of hitting by Mata right there.
So Solano still has not retired Mata yet in this one and in yesterday's 7-6 loss to Sierra. She's having herself a very good Super Regionals. I mean, she pretty much single-handedly beat Santa Rosa 9 RBIs. 2 for 2 against Solano with 3 walks.
That's outside ball 2.
Yeah, I would have to say Tayana Mata, probably the best
MVP
overall
of the
ball player, we've seen in this tournament. Shanna Mestis right there, I think.
That pitch is in there for a strike call. Count goes 2-1.
Sierra's dugout, getting things Santa Rosa'd up over there.
That pitch is in there for a strike. Count goes 2-2.
It's a filthy 2-1 pitch.
Just a flat fastball on the inside part of the plate. Nothing that Evans could do about that. Foul back. She stays alive. Count stays 2-2.
Boy, Evans just missed that pitch, just under it.
Ooh, she stays alive again.
It's a good job. Get a little piece there and see at least one more pitch.
Yeah, I like Evans at the plate. She's very aggressive. She just attacks the ball. She's trying to hurt the ball.
Strike 3 called. And that is a backwards K in the books for out number 1.
Big pitch by Shannon Mestis there. She's thinking if I can get one more K and then another out, I can get out of this inning.
So Sydney Scott got a walk in her first at-bat. She came in the game in the top of the first after Garcia took a line drive right off the grill.
Foul back. Here it goes 0-1.
And I think the Falcons know they can get to Parkway. They know that they can score. They did it yesterday, but they can't give Sierra many more runs or it's just going to be too tall of an order.
Yeah, if they can strand Mata here at third base in this inning.
Nice little momentum shift.
Exactly.
Outside, ball 1.
So another strikeout situation right here for Mestis.
Yeah, leadoff triple. That's always tough to hold that runner on third at bay. Fouled back. Count goes 1-2.
Boy, that Sierra bench, that dugout, like Santa Rosa yesterday and Fresno, I mean, it's constant chatter.
Yeah.
It's like they've set cheers or something.
Well, hey,
Fouls this one back.
You get 15 ladies together, you're usually going to get a lot of chatter.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day.
Way to turn that one.
Flowers in a card can fix anything.
Yes, it can. That ball's in the dirt. Count goes 2-2. Yeah, but after this game, after today, once we're done, hopefully there'll be a second game for Solano. I get to go to my mother's house, celebrate Mother's Day, have some barbecue, and hang out by the pool. And this one's hit to China Rux, and it just took a weird spin. The run will come in to score, and Sydney Scott reaches on an error.
And China Rux went the entire season without an error. I believe this is their second error now in the playoffs. Had won last week's action, and right there she wanted to come up, make the catch, obviously hold the runner at third, and then she couldn't get there in time, and it just skidded under her glove.
Yeah, like Stosh said, weird little spin, but still you've got to make sure you at least keep your body in front of the ball, keep it in front of you. Still, that run's going to score.
Regardless, yes.
I mean, Mata did have to hold up a little bit there. I mean, she thought China Rux maybe had a play to make the catch, so she fields that one cleanly. It might have been a play at home, too.
I just was, once it hit the ground, just stuck and spun out of the way, and this one's fouled back again. Count goes 0-2 very quickly to Gabby Gonzalez, and Gabby had the big 3-run home run back in the first inning. Not a girl you want to fall behind, so good job my messes by getting there and doing an 0-2 hole. Just a bit low. Count goes to 1-2. Didn't miss by much.
Wow. And Bella Falafini's asking, the plate umpire, where'd that one miss?
Yeah, a little chat.
Little low.
As she rips this one in the left field again, doesn't have enough. And Wink is under it for out number 2.
And just lucky Gonzalez just got under that one a little too much and just skied it to about 5 feet in front of the warning track.
Absolutely right, Zach. Just under it a tad. When you heard the crack of the bat, thought this one's got a chance, but just hung up there. Pretty easy put out there for Wink in left field.
And Shannon got Alexis Johnson to strike out to end that 4-run first inning. Johnson looking for payback here with 2 down.
Swing and a miss, strike one.
She was swinging at anything right there. She was hoping for a fastball kind of inner half of home plate, and that one towed way outside.
You know, Coach Terry Pearson Bloom was yelling at Bella Fellafini. She said, hey, if she goes, you better throw her out. Dropping the bunt down, it's going to be foul. So it counts 0-2.
Yeah, you really see Coach Pearson Bloom really animated in this game. Most of the time, she tends to sit right there in the dugout, say a few things. But, boy, a little bit earlier, really shouting out words of encouragement to Shannon Mestis. Come on, Shannon, one more out. You can do this. So really coaching her girls up, trying to keep them in this game.
Runner going, Fallafini puts it on the screws. He got her. What a throw by Bella Fallafini to end the inning.
Listen to her coach.
And we're heading to the top of the fourth. Top of the fourth, 5-1 in favor of the Wolverines as they added on one more in the last inning from the leadoff triple by Tayana Mata. But now Solano has to come back here and answer with Emily Good, Jade Backtad, and Sierra Siegel coming up to the plate.
And if you're here in this top of the fourth and you're Solano, you need to find a way to get it to the top of the order with some runners on base.
Just got to get some runners going. They got to put some more runs on the board. You know, in the fourth inning, they did start to come back in the fourth inning yesterday. Identical score, actually, 5-1. This one's fouled back. Count goes 0-1.
And even in the nightcap yesterday against Santa Rosa, that was 0-0, I think, up until maybe the fourth inning.
I think it might have been the fifth, yeah.
Before Solano finally got on the board.
That pitch is outside and low. The count goes 1-1.
I'll tell you, so much more enjoyable being in the booth with you guys. You just get a better feel of the game than when you're out, especially in the outfield on one of the cameras.
And that's high and outside, ball two.
And when you're on the camera, too, I mean, you can't get a feel for the game at all because you have one job. You're supposed to film
Focus
this
on
particular.
one shot,
exactly,
one area.
So you can't see exactly what's going on.
And that's inside, ball three.
Leadoff walk would be huge right here for Emily Good. Start the inning off with the runner aboard. Then you got to deal with Jade Backtad and Sarah Siegel, who are looking to come back strong after both striking out to start the second.
She pokes this one to the third baseman. She picks up, throws it over to first, and just barely gets her.
That was a very nice play, nice throw to get the first out of the inning.
That was Carly Evans over there.
And she's done a very good job switching over from catcher to third base. I mean, she's made a couple of nice throws, and you can see she's got that catcher arm, too, just a rocket across the diamond.
Yeah. Converted hey, look, going from catcher to third base, kind of like my boy Josh Donaldson for the Oakland A's.
That's right.
High for ball one. You know, playing catcher, you got to really develop your arm because you got to catch out the runner stealing, but you get moved into a position. You have the arm, so if you bobble the ball, you're still going to get the guy out, or girl out in this case. Strike on the outside corner. Count goes 1-1.
Sorry, I was just waving at the center field camera. See you in the monitor. Got a good shot of you there, Stosh.
Inside, ball two. Count goes 2-1.
Boy, back to the camera work. Alden Tatum has been on our main camera over behind the dugout, behind Solano. He's just done an outstanding job. He's been there all weekend.
Getting a good workout in.
And his camera's the toughest. He's got to stay on the ball.
Yep.
Looks like he's having a blast up there, getting roasted.
And that's outside, ball four. So Jade Backtad with the walk is going to bring up Sierra Siegel.
And they got to find a way to get a single, a walk, something here. Back-to-back, get a little momentum, get a couple of runners on, get a runner in scoring position with one down.
Check swing and it rolls foul.
Well, we're down to the top four teams in Northern California here in Bracket B. Of course, Solano, Sierra going head-to-head, and over in Bracket A, it's San Mateo, and Delta.
Wow.
Another Big 8 team. So you got 2 Big 8 teams in the top 4 remaining.
And this one's skied up, and Scott is under it for out number 2.
So Sierra Siegel gets put in the lineup today, but so far 0 for 2. Strikeout pop up to the catcher, and now the Falcons.
Yeah, no Amber Takeda today. Your leading home run hitter with 9 homers. Not today's lineup. Might see her come in and pinch hit later on.
That ball is in the dirt for ball 1.
Yeah, and if it gets to a game 2, she'll definitely be the starting pitcher in game 2. So probably sitting this one out just in case. But like you said, Zach, will probably see her in the lineup at least as a pinch hitter a little bit later.
So Bella Falfini up at the plate. And that pitch hits her.
Second time.
Second time.
2.
And if Solano does come back and win this game, you would have to guess Maddie Phelps might start that game, or might go Jordan Becker. They like to bring Phelps in, kind of closer's role, pitch the last few innings too, so we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, Sierra, that's another advantage they have. They might have a few more arms in their arsenal compared to Solano, where it's pretty much Shannon Mestis and Takeda. And
So while we got a little break in the action, let's do a little station identification. You're tuned in to the Solano College Sports Network. Your home for the NorCal Super Regionals. I'm Stosh Moine in the booth with Greg Poff and Zach Poff, having a great time, great fun Mother's Day here. I know our mothers wish we were at home with them cooking them breakfast, but hey, we got
trying to forget sentences when you're talking about Mother's Day. That's going to piss off some women there, partner.
Hey, as long as you clean your room before you left, you should be okay.
I don't live at home anymore, so she doesn't know what my room
better.
It doesn't matter. It don't matter. Big situation right here. 2 on, 2 down. Danny MG, the number 9 hitter, but average over 500.
Outside, ball 1, and you see Scott behind the plate trying to frame it, bring it back in, trying to sell it.
And, of course, talking about Mother's Day, I'm going to guess if I ask you your most memorable Mother's Day, it's going to have something to do with the Oakland A's.
Perfect game, baby.
And you just took away, I was going to use that later in the game, now you just took it all away from me.
That's called a segue. I'm leading you into it.
So what was it, 2007?
That long ago.
Dallas Braden.
The only good year he ever had.
Yeah. The only good game he ever had.
Count goes 3-0. You know, yeah. He threw a perfect game on Mother's Day, which made it even more special because he actually lost his mother the year prior to breast cancer. And his grandma and his whole family from the 209 Stockton was
out of Stockton.
Was there, and just a beautiful moment for. And this ball is hit to the shortstop. She's safe at first. Everybody's safe.
Surprised there's no runners in interference.
There shouldn't be any runners interference because.
And I think they might talk about this.
There's no talking about it. She's out.
Yep,
she ran into the fielder. Affected the play. And that's a tough way to end the top half of the 4th.
And Pearson Bloom's going, wait a minute.
She stopped. She did not impede the play. She did not impede. She beat out. There's no runners interference.
Let's roll the replay back.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we don't have one of those yet. Next year, we'll have one.
So break.
So they called her out at first. That's what it was.
Ah.
So that will end the inning. Heading to the bottom of the 4th.
Hi, I'm Neil Glines, the Dean of the School of Liberal Arts, and I want to thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
So we're here at the bottom of the 4th. A little controversial play there to end the top of the 4th, and Shannon Mess is still on the mound coming in. It's going to bring up Alexis Johnson, who is at the plate.
Number 4 is Paquay. And we got official Paquay.
Yeah, we've got it a couple times. We've said it about 10 different ways. Paquay.
Paquay.
We have the official pronunciation.
I'm going to guess that was the old man.
Yeah, probably. He started
Mr.
hearing us butcher his daughter's name.
I think I've said it differently about 55 times. But one thing's for certain, she's pitching a very good game here and trying to advance Sierra to the Final 4. Be one of the 2 NorCal represents.
First pitch is a ball. So
However you want to say her last name, outstanding ball player.
Yeah.
Can do it at the plate, can do it on the mound.
Mm-hmm.
And she's due up second in the inning here, following Alexis Johnson.
And that's a strike on the inside part of the plate. Count goes 1-1.
Yeah, Taylor Hamilton in the house. Nicole White, one of our favorite players.
The Bay
for
Valley
the Solano
champion
basketball
women's
team.
basketball team. They won 23 straight games, made it to the second round of the playoffs to get derailed by the Fresno City College.
There
Just
you have a
shot
shot at Taylor Hamilton and
TP
Nicole Williams.
Nicole White.
Nicole White.
Colgate.
Inside ball 3.
In fact, there's going to be a signing ceremony Tuesday over in the Hall of Fame lobby here at Solano for the women's basketball team. A couple girls signing their letters of intent to transfer to a 4-year university. We'll be there on the Solano College Sports Network. We'll cover that for you.
Who's going to Carolina?
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Now who's going to UConn?
Right.
And talking about former Falcon players, big article in the Daily Republic today on former Solano softball pitcher Hannah Wilbur.
And this one's poked in the left field. Wink going in, making a dive and trying to make the diving play. Bounces off her glove. She's going to go to second base. So I say that's a single.
I'm giving her a double. I mean, that was a tough diving attempt. I don't know if you can give her an error on that.
No, there's no error. I just think it was a single, and she just advanced to second base. No errors on the play.
You got to give her an error if you don't give her the double.
Yeah, because really there you've got to make the decision. You're going to dive for it, but if you don't catch it, now the ball gets behind you. And that's the reason why the runner advanced to second.
Just a bit outside.
And McQuay, I mean, that 2-run bomb she hit yesterday was huge, really the deciding factor in the game. They won 7-6. That gave them a 7-5 lead going to the 7th.
That pitch is a hair low. Count goes. Oh, it's a strike. Count goes 2-1. Or 1-1. I'm sorry.
It's hard just going off that scoreboard sometimes.
And this one's hit right at the shortstop tag area. Coming over, throws it over to first. And she can't get the speedy Pequay. So runners on the corners, nobody out.
Boy, also very fun to watch third base coach, head coach Darcy Brownlee really getting animated out there. And boy, she's been doing this forever. Outstanding head coach of this Sierra
It's her 15th
squad.
year here and her 15th straight playoff appearance.
This one's fouled back. Count goes 0-1.
And if they do win today, or if there is a game 2 and they do advance to the Final Four, it'll be the 4th time that she has brought Sierra down to represent Northern California.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Trying to throw her out. And China Rux couldn't get the swipe tag.
Boy, I thought she might have swiped her, but you look at China Rux's demeanor there. I think she knows she didn't get her.
I think she might have hit ponytail.
I thought so, but boy, you
Ponytail's
think she
part
might
of
be a little more
uniform.
adamant.
Yeah.
She made the tag.
And the umpire's right there, too. I mean, right behind her.
High and tight. Ball 1.
Tinoco not happy about that chin music. I think she was just more scared than anything. Nice 0-2 pitch. Come high.
Swing and fouled back. So the count stays at 1-2.
That ball right over in the Sierra dugout. Not hit too hard, though. They're kind of laughing about it over there.
So definite strikeout situation right here. Runners on second and third. Still nobody out.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Trying to back pick on the money.
That was a tremendous throw by Falafini.
Oh.
It was right there. Gonzalez just able to get back and beat the tag.
I think Johnson's fingertips were just barely touching the bag.
Johnson, sorry.
I
know my scorecard's messed up. I'm a hitter behind somewhere.
It's fouled back because you wrote here, Courtney Kelly. She is the flex player on your scorebook over
That
here.
is it. Thank you, Mr. Stas Samoida.
That happened to be the first game last weekend. High for ball one. Count goes with 1-1.
Stidman still looking for a first hit today, but got a walk in the second. 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Okay. No problem. See ya.
Just a bit outside. Ball two.
I feel like I'm at a play.
Inside. Ball three.
And even a walk right here wouldn't be the worst thing, because then you do put that force out at home too.
Casey Trizona in the on-deck circle, 0 for 2 on the day. Right to back Tad. Nobody's paying attention.
God.
Hits the
Yep.
blue.
Hey, they are lucky that did hit the umpire, though, or else a run probably would have came
It
across the
did.
score.
The umpire actually was the backstop, blocked the ball right back to the catcher, probably saved a run.
And it was a good play by Backtad. She checked the runner.
Yeah.
She wasn't going, and she still threw it home.
All she had to do was take one step to the left, step on first base, then go home with it. Not a big fan of that. She should have
And
stepped on first.
right now, though, if you're Shannon Mestis, it's like, okay, I got you, Jade. We're going to get out of this jam. We're going to strand the bases loaded here. This is where Mestis, you got to show why you're the pitcher of the year right here and get out of this jam.
And Casey Trizona and then Tiana Mata on deck. You really want a ground ball double play so you don't have to face Mata. This one's fouled back, strike one.
Well, you know, Backtad did have a couple tough calls in her last at bat. Maybe she was getting even there. She fired that ball.
Maybe that was a design play from the dugout. Just a bit inside, ball one.
In fact, that's one of the few times, and I've been watching baseball and softball a long time, that I've ever seen an umpire actually hit by a direct throw.
Yeah. Outside, ball two.
And, of course, nowhere to put Trizona here, so you got a challenger here with this 2-1 pitch. So far, Mestis is a little bit of ownage on Trizona. She's 0 for 2.
Inside, trying to back pick, nothing there. So 3-1 the count.
That was a good play by Benapayo. Had to dig that one out of the dirt. That might get by the bag and down the line.
Oh, so the count's
2-2.
2-2.
Mestis will take that gladly.
She will. Boy, big pitch right here.
High for ball three. So now the count is full, 1 out, bases loaded, full count. Bottom of the fourth inning, big moment in this championship game for the NorCal Super Regionals.
And Mata on deck.
And she rips this one in the left center field. 1 run will score. They're holding her up at third, so only 1 run will come around.
Now you got to deal with Tayana Mata with the bases loaded, still only 1 out. And Sierra can really blow this game wide open right here, up 6-1.
Boy, Trizona just ripped that, but that actually was an advantage for the Falcons. It got to Haley Wink so quickly she's able to come up and make the throw, and only 1 run comes across on that base hit. But now you got to deal with Mata.
Yeah. Mata is 1 for 1 on the day with a walk. Scored 2 runs and a triple, that leadoff triple in the bottom of the third. Outside, ball 1.
And the way Paquet's been pitching, I mean, they already might be safe with this 5-run cushion, and Mata can really tack on here.
Coach Pearson Bloom going out to talk to her team. And I think here just giving them a chance to get their focus, concentration back. Let's get back in this game. Remember yesterday, we were in this situation. We can come back, but we've got to make some plays on defense to keep this lead from getting any larger.
And that's really been the issue here. I mean, just defensively, lackadaisical out there. I mean, Backtad, like you said, partner 1 foot away from getting it out at first base. Instead, she throws it home. Started in the first inning with Haley Wink having a bad route on the ball. They capitalized, scored 4 more runs. Balafini throwing an errant throw into the outfield. I mean, these are plays you can't make in the Super Regionals.
You know, it maybe doesn't help that this is their 4th game of this weekend. Played 1 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, the early game and the afternoon game, and then to come back here to keep that same intensity going against this great Sierra Ball Club, it's a tough task.
There you see Takeda warming up in the bullpen for the Falcons.
Outside ball 3, and it just seems like Shannon Mess is just trying to put it all on her own shoulders right now, trying to get this out and
She's
just
pretty much
overpitching.
had to.
Yeah.
This whole series. I mean, it's pretty much been her on the mound this whole Super Regionals for the Falcons.
And that pitch is in there for a strike. Count goes 3-1.
And she's still battling out there, man.
Yeah.
I am real impressed with this kid. I really am.
She's a bulldog.
She is. Not very big in stature, but the heart of a lion.
Outside ball 4, and that will run in, and
Still yet to retire Mata. 2 walks in this one, a triple. 2 runs scored yesterday. 1 for 1 with 2 walks.
Carly Evans coming up to the plate, and yeah, Mata, if the score stays the way it is, Mata's MVP, my book.
Oh, easy. Not even close. I mean, there's no one else really in the discussion. Kaylin Pequay, maybe.
Yeah.
Boy, in Sierra right now, they can just bust this game open. I think pretty much end it right here with the big hit. Game on the line.
And this one's lifted into center field.
Infield fly.
Big out.
Yes.
Huge out.
They needed that one to keep it close. It's still 6-run ball game. They came down 5-0 from yesterday.
Yeah,
only
it's softball.
6 runs.
You
It's
can score
softball,
runs
yeah.
quick. And we saw them have a 7-run inning yesterday against Santa Rosa. They had a 4-run inning.
That's been their
yesterday's
MO
game.
all season. Big innings.
Yep. Strike call on the outside corner. Count goes 0-1. You know, bases loaded. They've only given up 2 runs this inning.
Even
it's
though
not bad.
she walked in a run, but it could have been worse
Yeah.
against Mata, too. I mean,
Fouled back. Count goes 0-2. And the score doesn't really show how close this ball game really is. The fighting between both teams.
The difference has been execution.
Mm-hmm. And this one is hit the China Rux. Kind of bobbles it. She can't make it. So an E4 and a run will score.
Boy, just tough to watch. You've seen this team play so well and play so flawlessly throughout the season. And now in the biggest game, it's just coming apart at the seams. And one of the reasons why I think is it's a disadvantage of playing in the Bay Valley Conference because you look at Sierra. I mean, they're used to being in big-time games against big-time opponents, and Solano just doesn't have that same experience.
yeah, Solano and Yuba, the only 2 teams to represent the BVC in the playoffs. Look at the Big 8. I believe they sent 4 teams to the playoffs, and they had 4 in the Super Regionals alone. So not only did they send 4 teams, they all advanced from the first round.
And they're playing against a team that pretty much lives in the Super Regionals.
Yeah.
That's a huge difference, a huge advantage, because you just can't get that experience anywhere else where you've got big-time games against big-time opponents where you have to execute flawlessly.
Strike call. Count goes 1-2.
And, of course, Gabby Gonzalez really started things off for Sierra with that 3-run shot back in the first.
Yeah.
You know, when she's ahead of the count, she's a great hitter. When she falls behind, not so much. So the count goes 2-2. She hit that 3-run bomb on a 3-1 count, and yesterday when she hit that bomb, it was a 2-0 count. So she pokes this one to Tagliari. Hard hop off her chest, tries to throw it over, and everybody's safe.
Tough spot for the Falcons right now. You just see the girls out there just deflated. It's been a long weekend. They've had a great season, and then you just feel it slipping away.
Well,
1 game or 2 games away from getting.
They're an error away from Benapaya to have an error on every infielder this inning.
Yeah, and that's just
Minus the
unheard
catcher,
of.
Of course. I mean,
with this
Baghdad started off with the E3, didn't step on the bag there, and then an E4 on Sydney Scott reaching, and Gab Gonzalez now reaching on the air on Brittany Tagliari. 9-1.
Yeah, on those last 2 ground balls, if I was going to say, look, here's where I want the ball hit, it would be to China Rux, it'd be to Tagliari. Those would be the 2 people I would trust to be able to make the put out. And boy, neither one of them can come up with really pretty routine ground balls. It's just the moment is so big.
Alexis Johnson started the inning off with a double, came around to score the first run here in the inning.
Swings at the first pitch, foul back, 0-1. Still a lot of ball game left. Can't count them out just yet. They come back next inning, put 1 or 2 on the board. Okay, we got ourselves a ball game again. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
And the thing that's very frustrating is Sierra's not beating them. Solano's beating themselves right now.
And Zach, how many times have we been in the same position? We've been covering Solano sports since 2007. Back through football, a lot of playoff games with the baseball team.
And that hit the jersey.
Wow.
So 0-2 count, hit batter, and now another run will come in to score.
But we've seen Solano dominate competition in the Bay Valley Conference, but then you get to the playoffs and you hit a lot of these teams from bigger, better conferences, and that's where it really shows.
So when are they going to restructure the conferences again?
Are you asking me?
Yes, I'm asking
I
you.
have no idea. Why
Mestis picks it up, throws it over to first, and that will end this
I'm not
inning.
the commissioner. I don't know.
That will end the inning, and we're heading to the top of the 5th. Top of the 5th inning. Sierra up big, 10-1, and Solano needs to come up, put a couple runs on the board with Brittany Tagliari coming up to the plate.
I mean, they got to not just get 1 or 2. They need to put a crooked number on the board, a 5 or 6 spot, get right back into this.
You know, Sierra only had 3 hits in that last inning.
3 defensive errors on Solano, and they sure took advantage of it.
And you can't give good teams extra outs.
Nope.
That flat out, that's what happened.
Well, I remember Solano baseball team back in 2010.
Against DVC.
Playing against DVC.
Never going to forget Christian Torres getting gunned down at home.
But in that game, they were down 9-1. Came back 1 run away from tying it. Christian Torres thrown out at the plate to end the game.
So count goes 2-1.
And it's this Solano team reminds me of that 2011 team, the year after. And
it must have been one heck of a throw to get Christian Torres.
You know what it was? It was the flukiest play. I'll tell you in a second.
I think
It was on a
and that hit her.
Yep.
It was a ball hit to the outfield. Torres was going to third from first. The throw.
No, he was trying to get it in the park.
That's right.
He hit the ball.
But the throw to third to get him sailed over the third baseman's head. He comes home. It hit the pole over at the fence, bounced right back to the third baseman. Easy throw. You talk about a fluky play to end the game. And I still remember Christian Torres kneeling on home plate, hands on his head. He could not believe he was thrown out to end that
Just
game.
in disbelief, I guess.
My point is, there's still hope.
Yep.
Still a chance. Not over till it's over, especially in community college athletics.
Well, right now you got Benapayo up. You got the heart of the order coming up.
Outside, count goes 1-1. They just been pitching Benapayo every away. She hasn't seen one pitch on the inside part of the plate.
2 for 2 today, 2 infield singles. So.
And that one was floated over the heart of the plate, and she pops this one up, and Trezona is under it for out number 1.
Just got under that a little bit too much.
So China Rupp's hoping she can come up here and make up for her 2 defensive errors this afternoon.
First pitch right down the heart of the plate for strike 1.
Like what I heard from one of the members in the stands, no regrets. There you have a good look at Penelope Krause, one of the assistant coaches for the Falcons. She was a big-time player in her own right back in 2008.
She gave it a ride, and Stinton was just under it for out number 2.
Penelope Krause, 2008 Bay Valley Conference Player of the Year, All-State, number 3 in the state that year, and runs batted in. And I think she's really had an impact on this team. She brings a lot of energy to the coaching staff. I think this is her second year helping Terry Pearson Bloom coach the Lady Falcons. Outstanding assistant coach. I think she'll be a big-time community college coach in the future.
Mestis pokes this one out in the right field, and what a great diving play by Casey Arizona. And this ball game is over, and Sierra will be advancing to the Community College World Series as the mercy rule is in effect, and you see a good shot of them going crazy on the field. And
I was wondering, I know it was a great catch, but don't act like you won the game, and they did.
yeah,
And you know what? That catch to me really epitomizes the difference in this game. Sierra making the big-time plays in the big-time games. Solano just not quite there yet. They just don't have that big game experience yet. But I think this team is definitely on the rise. You
Very
look at
young
the
team.
players coming back next year, this team headed in the right direction, even though you're not going to be able to convince any of those kids that right now. You know, they're feeling pretty dejected, knowing how close they came to getting to the state championship tournament, which would have been the first time for the softball team in the history of Solano Community College.
yeah, a lot of freshmen on this team, so it's a bittersweet moment. So next year they'll come back more hungrier than they were this year. Maybe win the big game, fix up the little mistakes here and there, and just came down to, like you said, it comes down to experience, flat out.
Boy, and I just, we just have the classiest coaches here at Solano Community College. I'm watching Coach Terry Pearson Bloom, congratulating Coach Brownell, and just saying, go all the way, get it for NorCal. And so you just like that camaraderie, you like that attitude. They know that Northern California's been on the losing end the last 9 years. This Sierra team, also, whoever comes out of that other brackets, Delta or San Mateo, either one of those teams have a chance to maybe get a title for Northern California.
I could see Sierra becoming the first Northern California team to win since Sacramento did in 2004. This is a very good team. This lineup's dirty.
Yeah, I mean, Tiana Mata, arguably MVP of this tournament here this weekend. And on top of that, she could be possibly the NorCal Player of the Year. Elena Betapile had a great season, kind of struggled here in the postseason, and Mata just came out swinging the bat, and she really impressed me this tournament.
Yeah, she was money, and it started with that game we did against Santa Rosa where she had a 3-run bomb and a grand slam. And Solano didn't retire one time in these 2 games. And she was a smart hitter, too. She's not trying to hit home runs. You're going to pitch me outside? Cool, I'm just going to spray it to the other side of the field, get aboard with a single. Very good job by Sierra. They earned it, and they're moving on. Solano also today beat themselves. So it's going to be a tough loss to be your last game of the season.
Yeah, so.
There you see the Sierra team having a little chat there. I'm sure they're exuberant. Get to go to Bakersfield next weekend, that is. Same kind of deal. 2 teams from Northern California, 2 teams from Southern California. Double elimination tournament, just like we saw here today.
Well, I got a Clipper game to watch, guys.
Yeah, so
one last thing, because we want to also, since this will probably be our last sports broadcast, if you're interested in any kind of sports broadcasting, if you want to get behind the mic, if you want to work on one of the cameras, if you want to learn how to do computer graphics or work the operating board, switching from the camera shots, make sure you take Communication Studies 75 in the fall semester. The Fairfield Cable Access Channel, they're moving their studio over to the college. We're going to have a full state-of-the-art studio set. Our broadcasts are just going to get better and better. And next year, we're going to add instant replay, slow motion to our broadcast. So we should be good to go. We'll be back in the fall semester covering Solano soccer, Solano volleyball. We'll also be covering high school football. We're going to cover all the Vacaville Bulldogs home games in the fall. Come on out, check us out at Solano Community College, COM 75. And just as we end, Stosh, I've got to say, you have really developed into an outstanding announcer this year, doing most of the baseball games. Mike McLeod as well. Brian Nelson on the switcher board, just a monster.
Money
And
Mike being easy,
all
baby.
our great camera people, too, from Denzel Carter, Lonnie Thompson,
Where was Denzel
Alden
today?
Taylor. We haven't seen D in a couple weeks. We're getting a little worried about him. We're going to
Denzel
send out
Sager, baby.
APB. Marnie Salvani on the camera, Malcolm Gamble as well.
Kids are
Roxy
Outstanding-
Gallegos.
Roxy Gallegos, outstanding crew. So come be a part of our broadcast
Where's Mike?
crew
Where?
in
I
the
don't get.
fall.
I don't get any
Zach
love.
Poff doing a great job over here.
I don't get any love at all.
I was
get left
saving
out?
you for the last, and then you go ahead and
Nice
blow
save.
it. And I was going to give you a little pitch, too, for your live show that's on every Wednesday. Zach Poff working for Max Preps. We're so lucky, even though he's working full-time for Max Preps, to come over, help us do some of our Solano games. Zach Poff really instrumental in getting this thing started in the first place. Make sure you check out his show every Wednesday at 12 noon on maxpreps.com.
Yeah, pretty good show. I got to listen to it a little bit. But, for all of us here at the Solano College Sports Network, we want to thank you for tuning in and wishing you all your mothers out there a happy Mother's Day. And until next time, we'll see you next semester. How about that?
Boom.
We're
Book it.
out.